Now, Europe is trying to become less dependent on the United States, not just economically but also militarily. But one of the continent's most ambitious projects is currently seen stumbling. Lars Holter is with Deutsche Welle and is joining us from Berlin to talk about it. Good evening to you, Lars. What are you hearing about this project?
Thanks for having me. Yes, indeed. We're talking about the new FCAS fighter jets. The acronym here stands for Future Combat Aircraft System. And yes, that implies that we're not just talking fighter jets alone, but a system that includes drones and cutting-edge military software as well. It's long been discussed, and it was, or still is, supposed to be developed jointly by Airbus Defence and the Dassault Group, that is a French conglomerate. Now, it should be fairly easy to see why this is such an important project, with Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine, most recently with Moscow breaching EU and NATO airspace and provoking the Western alliance in ways they haven't in decades. All the while, the Western alliance is losing the traditional support lent by the United States along the driving force behind NATO. Under President Trump, NATO, of course, is weakened, and it's become clear to European leaders that they can no longer sit back and rely on military help from across the pond if it were ever needed.
Well, as it seems clear that Europe has its work cut out, what are the problems really?
Well, frustratingly, the problem is entirely homemade. It seems that two partners on the FCAS project, Airbus Defence and Dassault, can simply not agree on who is doing what. I should mention that there's also a third party in the mix. Spain also is expected to contribute to the new aircraft system. And initially, it was decided that Germany and Spain would get around half the work, with France getting the other half. Now, Dassault seems to insist they get 80% of the job with regards to the fighter jet portion, which is the largest part of the system. Now, Dassault is certainly a specialist in this, but Airbus also has its expertise. After all, the companies behind the currently used Eurofighter. The irony in all this, obviously, this joint project was supposed to also showcase the strength of pan-European cooperation. And that's apparently not working at all, making it all a bit more difficult even. France is politically weakened. The country's last defense secretary was just made prime minister, but he doesn't have a majority to govern. So it's all quite frustrating, slowing down an already tedious project. After all, even with things working out well, Airbus and Dassault said they wouldn't have the combat system ready before 2040, and that's a long time.